Robert, thank you so much for joining me. Harvey and Irma, let's go straight into there. What are the big takeaways?
One thing we always say, every significant catastrophe teaches you something, and actually we will be learning a lot from these events as all big events in the past. So from, very simply, what is most significant about Harvey? Here we have a fairly straightforward, not very big hurricane hitting a fairly low population section of coastline. Not a big deal, but being linked, because the circulation stalled, we got this succession of rain bands all hitting Houston, causing extraordinary levels of flooding, levels of rainfall we'd never seen before. Now, we've talked about this happening, we've never seen it happen quite like this before. So that helps us when we want to link our inland flood models with our hurricane models, which is something we have on our agenda now. Now, Irma, well, I think everybody has seen these sort of wild swings in estimates of losses as the storm, or in advance of the storm making landfall. Once it's made landfall, we are learning, I would say, some key features about the fact that here we've got a storm which goes up almost the middle of the Florida, but is causing a storm surge on both coastlines. People may not have thought of that before. It's going to weaken faster than if it had stayed offshore. We know that of all the possible things Irma could have become, this is probably towards the lower end of the outcome of everything that could have happened. We know in our loss estimation for Irma, there's going to be a number of things going on.
So what are some of the particulars of these events which will be driving the losses?
We think there are 4 factors out there which are going to drive up the losses from Irma. So one is a shortage of loss adjusters, because they're stretched thin between Texas and Florida and the Caribbean. That means the claims will tend to be a bit higher, there'll be more fraud, more exaggeration going on. We think that the power outages, which are still continuing in Florida on the Tuesday after the event, that means that business interruption is going to kick in for more commercial policies which have got small amounts of flood and wind damage. We think there's a number of properties which are going to have ambiguity about flood and wind damage, so some of the flood loss may actually pass over to the wind covers themselves. I mean, all of those are going to be factors in actually pushing up the cost of the claims, we also expect what we call loss amplification to kick in more generally. There's just so many claims throughout the whole of Florida.